I exposed my toxic parents after they tried to manipulate me for money. My name is Ethan. I am 29 years old, and I am a ghost. At least, that's what I tried to be for the last 5 years. I built a life that my parents know nothing about. I have a high-paying job in cybersecurity, a fiancée named Sarah who actually loves me, and a peace of mind that I fought tooth and nail to achieve. But toxic parents are like a chronic disease. Just when you think you're in remission, the symptoms come back. They don't just want to ruin your day, they want to consume your life. Last month, my parents tried to pull the ultimate con on me. They thought they could guilt-trip me into funding their lifestyle and saving my golden child brother from his own mistakes. They didn't know that the scared little boy they used to bully doesn't exist anymore. Here is how I exposed them in front of everyone they tried to impress. To understand why I did what I did, you need to understand the dynamic. In my house, there were 2 roles. My older brother Ryan was the golden child. He could do no wrong. If he failed a test, it was the teacher's fault. If he crashed the car, it was because the road was slippery. He got the new clothes, the praise, the love. I was the scapegoat. I was the investment plan. My parents didn't see me as a son. They saw me as a retirement fund. I remember when I was 17. I had worked all summer mowing lawns and flipping burgers to save $2,000 for a used Honda Civic. I kept the cash in a shoebox in my closet. One day, I came home and the box was empty. I ran to my mom, panic rising in my chest. "Mom, my money's gone. We were robbed." She didn't even look up from her magazine. "Don't be dramatic, Ethan. Ryan needed a new laptop for college. We borrowed it. We'll pay you back." They never paid me back. Ryan dropped out of college 3 months later because it was too stressful, and he pawned the laptop for party money. That was the moment I checked out emotionally. I realized that everything I achieved would be cannibalized to feed Ryan's failures. So I stopped telling them things. I got a full scholarship to a university 3 states away. I packed my bags the morning after graduation and left. For 5 years, I was low contact. I sent a card on Christmas. I answered a text maybe once a month. They didn't care because I wasn't giving them money. Until 3 weeks ago. It was a Tuesday night. My phone rang. Mom. I stared at the screen. They never called unless someone was dead. I picked up. "Ethan?" Her voice was trembling. She was crying. "Oh, Ethan, thank God you answered." "What's wrong?" I asked, my stomach tightening. "It's your father," she sobbed. "It's his heart. He collapsed. We're at the hospital. The doctors say he needs a specialized surgery, a valve replacement, but the insurance won't cover the full cost of the specialist." I felt a pang of guilt. Despite everything, he was my dad. "Is he okay? What's the prognosis?" "He's stable, but time is running out," she said. "We need $45,000 up front for the surgeon. We don't have it, Ethan. We're going to lose him. You're the only one doing well. Please. I know we haven't been close, but this is life or death." She passed the phone to my dad. His voice sounded weak, raspy. "Son, I know I wasn't perfect, but I'm scared. I don't want to die." That broke me. "Okay," I said. "Send me the details. I'll see what I can do." I hung up and looked at Sarah. "They want $45,000, I told her. Sarah is smarter than me. She frowned. "Ethan, your dad has excellent insurance from his union job. Why wouldn't a valve replacement be covered? That's a standard life-saving procedure." "They said it's a specific specialist." "Don't send a dime, not until we see the paperwork." I asked my mom to send me the medical bills and the doctor's contact info. She stalled. "Ethan, we don't have time for bureaucracy. Why don't you trust us?" she screamed over the phone the next day. "I trust you, Mom, but my bank requires proof for a transfer that large. It's an anti-fraud policy," I lied. Finally, she sent me a photo of a document. It looked official. St. Jude's Medical Center. Estimate $48,000. It looked real. I was about to transfer the money. But then I noticed something. The logo of the hospital was slightly pixelated. I work in cybersecurity. Spotting fakes is my job. I opened the image metadata. It had been edited in Photoshop 2 days ago. I called the hospital directly. I pretended to be from an insurance company confirming a patient. "I'm sorry, sir. We have no record of a Robert Miller admitted here this week, and we certainly don't demand upfront cash for emergency heart surgery." My blood ran cold. He wasn't sick, so what was the money for? I called my cousin, Messy and Linda, the family gossip. I told her I was thinking of coming home for a visit. "Oh, are you coming for the debt party?" she laughed. "The what?" "The party Ryan is throwing. Didn't you hear? He got into some trouble with bad people, gambling debts. A bookie was threatening to break his legs, but my mom said they found an angel investor to pay it off." The angel investor was me. They faked a heart attack to trick me into paying off my brother's gambling debt. The rage I felt wasn't hot, it was cold, absolute zero. I could have just blocked them, I could have disappeared, but they preyed on my fear of losing a father. They weaponized my empathy. No, blocking them wasn't enough. I needed to end this. I called my mom back. "Mom, I'm so relieved I can help," I said, putting on my best acting voice. "But I want to do it right. I want to come home. I want to see Dad before the surgery. I'll bring the check." She hesitated. "Oh, honey, you can just wire it." "No, Mom, I need to see you. I've missed you." She bought it. Greed makes people stupid. "Okay, actually, we're having a small family gathering this Sunday to pray for Dad's health." A gathering to pray for Dad's health, or as Aunt Linda called it, the debt party to celebrate Ryan being saved. I drove 6 hours to my hometown. I didn't come alone. I brought Sarah, and I brought a manila folder full of receipts. The party was at my parents' house. There were about 30 people there. Aunts, uncles, family friends. There was even a caterer. Strange, I thought. Catered food for a dying man? I walked in. Ryan was there, holding a beer, looking smug. He was wearing a new watch. My dad was sitting in his recliner, acting frail. When he saw me, he put on a show of wheezing. "Ethan, my boy!" Mom rushed over, hugging me. "Do you have the check?" she whispered in my ear before she even let go. "It's in my pocket," I whispered back. They ushered me into the living room. "Everyone," Mom clapped her hands. "Everyone, gather round! Ethan has come home to save the day." She wanted to make a spectacle of it. She wanted to lock me in socially. If I refused to pay in front of everyone, I would look like a monster who let my father die. It was a masterclass in manipulation. Ryan walked over and slapped me on the back. "Good to see you, bro. Thanks for stepping up." He smelled like expensive scotch. "I'd like to say a few words," I said, stepping to the center of the room. My mom beamed. She thought I was going to give a tearful speech about family duty. "I know we are all here because of Dad's heart condition," I started. The room went silent. People looked sad. It's a terrifying thing, needing a valve replacement, especially when the insurance won't cover it. Mom told me they needed $45,000 or Dad would die. I saw my aunt gasp. "Oh my God, I didn't know it was that bad." "Yes," I said. So naturally, I did my due diligence. I wanted to make sure Dad got the best care, so I called St. Jude's Medical Center. My mom's smile faltered. My dad stopped wheezing and sat up straighter. "I have the recording of that call right here," I said. I pulled out my phone and connected it to the Bluetooth speaker system in the living room. I had paired it earlier while hugging my mom near the stereo. Voice on recording: "We have no record of a Robert Miller admitted here this week, and we certainly don't demand upfront cash for emergency heart surgery." The silence in the room was deafening. My mom turned pale. "Ethan, what is this?" she hissed. "Technology makes mistakes." "Maybe," I said, "but Photoshop doesn't. I also analyzed the bill you sent me. It's a fake, a bad one." I tossed the printouts of the metadata analysis on the coffee table. "But the real question is," I looked at Ryan, "why do you need $45,000? Ryan looked like he was about to vomit. "I did some digging," I said, turning to the family. "It turns out there is a debt, but it's not medical. It's to Mr. Tony V., a known bookie in the city. I pulled out a police report. Ryan has a gambling problem, and he owes exactly $45,000. And you," I pointed at my parents, "you faked a heart attack. You told your son he was going to lose his father just to trick him into paying for his brother's addiction." My dad stood up. He wasn't frail anymore. He was furious. "Get out of my house," he roared. "Look at that," I shouted, mocking surprise. "It's a miracle. He can stand. He's cured." The room erupted. My Aunt Linda was screaming at my mom. My uncle was grabbing the fake medical papers. Ryan was trying to sneak out the back door. My mom lunged at me. "You ungrateful little brat, after everything we did for you." I looked her dead in the eye. "You did nothing for me. You stole my childhood to pay for his, and now you tried to steal my future. I'm done." I turned to the guests. "Enjoy the food. I'm pretty sure the catering was paid for with the money they stole from Grandma's estate." That was a guess, but judging by the look on my mom's face, I was right. Sarah and I walked out. I felt lighter than I had in 20 years. My phone blew up for days. First, it was threats. "We will sue you for slander." Then bargaining. "Ryan is in trouble. They're going to hurt him. Please, he's your brother." Then guilt. "How can you do this to your mother?" I changed my number. I heard from Aunt Linda that the fallout was nuclear. The family has ostracized my parents. Ryan had to sell his car and move back into my parents' basement to pay off the bookie. Apparently, my dad had to take a second mortgage on the house to save Ryan's legs. They are drowning in debt, misery, and each other's company. As for me, I took the $45,000 I was ready to spend, and Sarah and I put a down payment on a house with a guest room that will never ever host my parents. I'm no longer a ghost. I'm a man who is finally free.